that in a minute. Hey now, welcome to the Real Estate Rundown. I'm Dustin DeHart with Keller Home Loans, and this is...
Nick Lehman with the Lehman Group at KW. What's up? Oh my gosh, we're back.
How's my chest is looking all
in the
right.
way,
There we go. All right,
Yeah,
we're good. We're good. Bad hair day, but such is life, right, Nick? You know what I mean?
It's solid. Beard's looking good though.
It is solid beard. I look, I look like Santa Claus if I grow my beard out too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, do you? I want to see this. We got to make this happen for the holidays.
All right, maybe I'll do it. Yeah.
Just like a little bit. Go like how long does it take you?
It's George Clooney's got the gray beard going. It works for him. I don't know why it just doesn't work for me. You know, because it just doesn't work.
Right.
It's a multicolor going on,
It's like Skittles, taste the rainbow a little bit.
yeah.
Distinguished.
I'm certainly not going to start dyeing it either. So past those days.
So what are we here? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Man, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Summer's going well for you?
It is. God's got a really weird way of messing with us with the weather, right? It's like we didn't have 100-degree weather. Set a record now. He's like, I'm going to make up for all that. So
just 117 for 10 straight days.
It's just relentless, man. I can't take it. Yeah, I'm heading to Mount Charleston tonight.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm going to San Diego tomorrow.
Are you?
I just got back from San Francisco.
I know.
Where is it 60 degrees? That's where I'm going.
I can't keep up with Nick's, travels. It's live the life, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah. How long in San Diego?
Just a few days.
Yeah. I love San Fran, by the way. Food's the best.
San Fran was awesome.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like going through a rebirth. Like it was the least amount of homeless people.
Oh, you didn't see anybody pooping in the street? That's part of the whole deal, dude.
I mean, we probably
go some dude in a tree costume scaring you?
No,
like,
it
come
was.
on, bro.
I was like, wow, there's like a cleansing going on. It was the least amount I've seen. We go to San Fran probably once or twice a year for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Least amount I've seen. And people were like out and about.
Well, yeah. I mean,
because it was like 62 degrees.
Clean that up.
65
it's
degrees,
crazy. Man, it's been a while. I'm glad you're back in the saddle and looking forward to this show. I read an article I wanted to start with.
Okay.
It was what was the headlines? It was it's a company that we've heard of. Right.
You did show me this.
Yes, and I know the owner of this company very well.
Okay.
In fact, his employee, one of his employees, we're funding her loan today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's a great guy. I mean, hands down, family, father of 5. I mean, I don't think he's cussed or drank or smoked a day in his life, which is weird.
way better than us.
Oh
yeah, 100%.
That's not setting the bar that high. But look, he, he's a real estate investor, and he's a really good one. He literally has, Nick, like 600 rental properties. Like he tried to get me to refinance one. I'm like, dude, it'll take me 35 days to finish your application with all these properties on it. Okay. But he's an investor, right?
Sure.
And investors try to get good deals, right? So this article, first of all, the headline was, lady avoided getting taken by this company or whatever it was, which I was like, okay.
It was interesting. It was definitely clickbait worked. I clicked.
Right, yeah. And then you started reading it. So basically, she called him, got something in the mail.
Right.
He came there, offered her $270, I think it was.
It was $270.
There you go. Here's $270. She goes, great, I'll take it.
Right.
And then calls her son, right, who goes, Mom, your house is worth more than that.
Right. I'm sure some aggregate site pulled it up. Yeah. Spits out an algorithm number.
Right. A ziggorithm. And then she calls him up I don't even know what I just said there. She calls him up and says, I want to cancel. He offers her $15,000 more. She goes, okay. Got a contract, right? And this is where it gets weird, right? So then her son says, no, you got to go to a real estate agent, put it on open market, right? And you can get a lot more, which she did. And I think
$100,000 more.
$100,000 more, which is a lot, right?
That's now substantial.
Okay, fair enough. And then she said, I told him I want to cancel. I texted him and emailed him, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, there's this media publication that I don't know how they got involved, but they were writing other articles about this company, right? And then they literally, so now she's in escrow with this new contract.
On the new,
right?
Right.
And they basically FedExed a cease and desist and the contract binding prior to that one, right? And
that wasn't officially canceled, just via text or email.
And then what did the publication say about the text? Oh, it was the wrong number.
Yeah, it was the wrong number. She
went to his office line.
Oh, his text office line.
Right. Email the wrong
incorrect.
number. Yeah, and they admitted to this.
They did.
However, they still published this, right?
Yeah, that part was a little...
I mean, first of all, look, I get it. Okay, look, if you're a real estate agent, no one forced her to take this deal, right?
No, she wanted a quick sale. It was like the husband had passed away. She just wanted to
Right.
move closer to her kids and grandkids. I want to sell it now. Didn't want to deal with any hassle.
And this is like
so
any other, like Open Door.
it's a sell now number.
Right, you're gonna sell it for less
Yes.
for the convenience
Correct.
of getting it done. Right now, there was a pretty big delta there. I mean, he was going to make a good amount of money, so that's where I just wanted your opinion. You've been doing this for a long time. I'm sure you've stumbled upon situations like this.
The publication in the article read funny. It appeared that she. What I'll say is this: if you're considering selling a home, those offer now numbers won't go away.
Yeah.
So to me, at least meet with someone. What is the true value of your home? And really, there's a hey, you can have a number right now. We'll close in 7 days, 10 days, or I can put this on the open market, and this is kind of the range that you would expect.
Yeah.
So my opinion, like regardless of inconvenience or convenience, or I don't want to show it, I need it now. I would at least want all of the information or data. And my takeaway was like, I wish she would have just done that step.
Correct.
That extra step of, hey, calling the agent first.
Right.
Hey, you could probably have 370 on the open market. It may take 60 days, 90 days.
And then you make the decision.
Or you could have 270 or 285 today.
Right.
And have your money in 10 days.
Yeah,
so
and
that's
certainly if she did that, his number probably would have got a lot higher.
I'm sure he would have.
Right?
Yeah, because I'm sure he asked, have you talked to anyone else?
So, I
What do
mean,
you
there's
think?
two sides to every story. However, there was some misleading information in there that would have led to, I don't think this should have been published. And I know this guy very well. He does not take advantage of people. Look, as any type of investing, you're trying to get the best deal possible and sell it. I get it.
It wasn't forced in any way. And
100%.
And when you have a contract, you can't just send a text.
Yeah.
That's not how you get out of contracts.
Right.
So that was a little like,
And if you haven't got a response, then maybe you should have followed up a little more.
Hey, just confirming you received this. We're not, something. So
anyway, I just wanted your opinion on it. It's there's some unscrupulous people that have taken. We all know they're still around, right? But
For sure.
But again, at the end of the day, these aren't going away. So look at all the offers and make sure you're doing what's best for you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. I mean, something that we implement in our listing presentation is if this seller that we meet with appears that this could be a good option for them, or
you give them that option.
We do. We provide it right there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, would you want us to get you a buy it now price? We have a portfolio of investors. I can have you 2 or 3 offers in a day.
Right. Yeah. All good real estate agents do that.
Understand it's going to be very different than going on the open market. So I feel if they had met with a professional, someone would have been straight up like, hey,
absolutely,
I can get you very similar offers. Let's see which one's the best.
I agree.
Or 90 days on the market. But
all right, let's switch gears.
All right.
We're going to switch gears like big time here. So we haven't done a quiz with you in a while. So Stump the Layman is back in force. And you're going to see how good you can guess the price of some certain homes, right?
Are they going to be
Not
local
your typical,
homes?
Yeah, they're all local. One's in contract right now. One's pending, or one's still for sale. One closed like 6 months ago. Okay, aren't your average home. So let's go with the first home. I'll give you a few pictures. Right, doesn't give you much there.
I see it's off of Alta.
Yeah, it's
Alta. Probably
next picture. We'll give you a little more insight on this house.
Oh,
this is the Pirate House.
Oh, I've seen. Look at that bar.
I know, it's kind of cool.
I've heard about this. That's a cool vibe.
And then the last picture, we got 3 pictures. So you get actually, this is kind of your wheelhouse, right? I mean, we know somebody that would really fit into this
my
house.
favorite letter is R, for sure.
So, dude, this was only on the market for 7 days, so apparently there's some swashbucklers in this town that gobbled this up.
Solid.
So it's 2455 square feet.
Okay.
1978 was when it was built.
Okay.
Alta and Buffalo. And, you know, there's an extraordinary house, true marvel, where spirit piracy comes alive with a DJ booth bar that resembles a majestic pirate ship. Of every gathering becomes a swashbuckling affair. What? All right, I want you to come within. It did not. So, and the backyard was big. It was all dirt.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure it was probably.
So, you got to. I want to see you at least with a 5%. I'm going to give you
with a 5% range.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you said it was 2,400 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be at 200 a square. It's got to be 244.80. I'm going to say. Plus, it was a little quirky. Probably two. I'm gonna say 525.
All right, you were way off. 345.
For real?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of.
That's
shocked
a deal.
About that,
I'm surprised.
That's why it probably got gobbled up. So
I
quick.
maybe needed to see the kitchen and
yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
the
it was all
backyard.
kind of goofy. Yeah.
What was the price?
345.7.
Oh, I would have bought that for sure.
Yeah, it's in
that's
contract.
a closed price or that's under contract.
That's under contract.
Okay.
And it
okay.
actually
We're
went
gonna play this game in a month because I bet that's not the closed price.
All right. Well, it was on.
It's not going to be 525.
It was 350 was what it was listed for. So they actually went down a little bit. Yeah. All right. Next house.
Oh.
All right. So
I'm
this one's been
game.
around forever, dude. This is Flamingo and Spencer, right by there with the old TGI Friday. So I worked there forever.
Yeah.
So I'd see this house forever.
This is the bunker house, right?
Correct. So that's the main house, but the house that doesn't give you the justice. All right. Next picture. This is underneath.
Wow.
Right?
Look at that.
And then one more picture. This house was built in 78. It's 16,936 square feet. It's 1 acre.
Gosh.
And yeah, the downstairs, I mean, it's soundproof. It's 14,000 square foot downstairs.
Okay,
right?
so 2,000 square foot house with a 14,000 square foot bunker.
Yeah, and this sucker, it's kind of an iconic house. I've always wanted to check it out, right? I mean, I don't know why you would need 14,000 square foot basement. That's, unless you were like
holding meetings.
Yeah,
or,
you thought the World War III was coming. But, it's this one I was way
It's
off.
sold?
No, it's
active.
been 165 days.
165 days.
Put it this way, I think the price is a little too high.
Okay, well, I mean, at 16,000 square foot, even with an acre, regardless of location, it's got to be 7 million?
Yeah, you're close. 6 million.
6 million.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. That was close enough.
All right.
I was thinking 4. So,
4. Yeah. I mean, that's.
But I think it's not just the square feet. It's.
Do you think you can give me like a proof of funds or pre-approval? You'll be the buyer and we'll go check it out?
Yeah.
Like, let's just go.
Right? Can we do that?
Absolutely. I just need a proof of
I'm whipping
funds.
you one up today. Yeah. It's Friday. Let's go check it out, dude.
That would be. Yeah, here's my buyer. They're pre-approved. Yeah. 100%. Let's do that.
I'm in. Let's go
we'll
check it out.
send them a picture of a Batmobile.
I've always wanted to see this place.
That's all we need.
All right, cool. I'm in.
All right,
I'm in. And you know what? We'll report back in 2 weeks on
take
what
some
we
video
saw.
and
we'll tell you if this thing's worth 6 million or not. All right, next house. This was a castle house. All right, now this is at Rancho Circle, by the way, which we know are nice houses.
Yeah.
Right, this sold like 6 months ago. All right, next picture, I kind of gave you the worst pictures. It's actually a pretty nice house, to be honest with you. All right, next one. You know what I mean? Like
cool doors.
It's got a nice backyard. So it's 1945, but all the houses were built back then, right?
Yeah.
6,500 square feet.
Oh, it's a big house.
1 acre. It's got a beautiful library, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, plus a guest casita. And it's got a nice pool, and the landscaping was really nice.
All right, so it's got to be 5 mil.
5 mil, really?
You think?
No, it was 1.3. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
5 mil.
Listen,
wow.
I was thinking 6,000 square foot, acre. Really?
Yeah, 1.3.
See, you got to show me kitchen.
I know.
Kitchen and primary.
But the kitchen was pretty nice.
Kitchen was nice?
Yes, you probably would have went higher.
6,000. I maybe. Well, I've been seeing a lot of the. Well, I would have went for 4 or 5 million for sure.
Yeah,
that's what I've been seeing.
Really, in Rancho Circle?
No, well, not necessarily Rancho Circle, just kind of around, like when you're buying a new build, you're 4 or 5.
Well, I think. Yeah, God. Even if they fix that up to modern, what is it? The contemporary or the whatever the.
Yep.
The old modern or whatever, like I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but it would take a lot of money to get that not to look like the Excalibur anymore.
That's fair.
You know,
it would be special.
Yeah.
I thought for sure. Like,
Yeah,
that
everybody
acre.
loves the Excalibur.
Well,
but
I'm terrible.
When
at
you
this
leave,
game,
you don't want to go back to the
so,
Excalibur, right?
That's fair. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
With Sir Lancelot.
Wow, that was quick. That was fun.
Failed epically.
All right, we'll have to do this one again.
33%.
All right, let's hit the rundown, my friend.
All right, let's do it. Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So interest rates, what's going on, man?
Yeah, well, they've been volatile, right? Every time we think they're going one direction, they head fake and go the next direction. It's just been one thing after another. You could see in May down there when we knew that they were going to drop, which they did, right? Because of the CPI report that I kept talking about. But then unforeseen things like the debt crisis and banking stuff and this and that, and then better jobs numbers, which I'm going to do a whole rundown on that next week. Started to push them up, and you see 2 weeks ago, man, they were steadily up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looked bad. I mean, we were in the mid 7s, and I'm like, oh, great, here we go. Maybe we're going to start touching 8s. And then last week, we had 2 really good inflation reports that brought them down, right?
Okay.
You could see yesterday, which was that big green spike, that went up because of unemployment claims were less than expected. However, we ended the day not so bad, and today we're improving a little bit, so we're heading back in the kind of the right direction.
Okay.
So it's really difficult for me to advise any client to float their rate anymore.
Okay.
I'm like,
You're
just lock it and get it over with.
Just lock it. Yeah.
And I'll tell you this. Look, as we know, inflation's coming down. The Federal Reserve, maybe they don't want to believe it or not, it is, right?
Okay.
They're going to meet next week. We're kind of all hands on deck to see what they say. I know we're not at their 2% target, right? They keep kind of, at one point that was not the core, now it is the core. You know what I mean?
Right.
They keep, so we're going to see better rates one of these days. And Mortgage Bankers Association thinks we'll be in the high 5s towards the end of the year.
Okay.
And God willing, next year in the high 4s. So
That would be
cray cray.
That would be cray cray,
right?
Can't say cray.
All right, June numbers.
All right, June numbers. Yeah. So it's been a minute since we met. We didn't have an opportunity to take a look at these, but the key takeaway from all of this is flat, flat, flat. When you compared May to June, units sold was literally even. New listings that hit the market, pretty much even. The median price only dropped 1,000, so we're sitting at about 441. Last month it was 442, and the units available is sitting at 3,680. What we're seeing as far as what's happening in the market, if you have a property priced correct.
Sure, goes quick.
It still goes quick.
Yeah.
There is a chance you could get some multiple offers depending on price point. If you underprice, you are definitely getting some multiple offer situation. We have kind of an investor special probate. It's got like 15 offers on
wow.
it, but we're pretty much under. And then if you're a little dated, or don't have the most desired floor plan, or you have a bunker of 14,000 square foot, you may sit on the market a little bit. So we're just trying to get so what does that mean for sellers? What we're trying to get our sellers to do is your best chance to get the most amount of money is in the first 21 days.
Yeah.
So price it correctly. Let's get photos on point. What kind of damage do we have? What do we need to replace? We need to have it internet ready. And then on the buy side, what is the current days on market? Do you have offers that you're competing against or not, to where how much in closing costs do you really need if you do need some?
Right.
So everybody wants 3% plus in closing costs. Do you really need it?
Or are you
Can
gonna
we
get it?
shave it down a little bit? What trying to set you up for success in, hey, I don't want to let this ride all weekend. If a house goes listed on Friday, how can I get this accepted today?
Yeah.
So trying to have those types of conversations, but let's change over to the MSG Sphere.
I don't really have anything to say about this. It's important.
Wow.
Dude, I'm just enthralled with this thing. I don't know about you. Like, I can't get enough of it. I literally joined a Facebook page. I'm such a nerd. Yeah, because I'm like, all these, I want to see what they keep doing, right? And 2 weeks ago, I went to the Venetian.
Okay.
I hate going on the Strip.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of excited because I got to see it in person.
Nice.
It was the basketball, which was,
I saw the basketball
cool.
also.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, but, we're both born and raised here, right?
Yeah,
I think
correct.
this is the coolest thing we've seen hit Vegas. Maybe like look when the Mirage opened up, right? Nothing was like that. Like all of a sudden there was a volcano on the strip.
There was definitely buzz,
right? And then there's a pirate ship and pirate shows.
The
right?
pirate show was cool.
It was amazing, right? And now that kind of set the stage.
Oh yeah, this is
just on a different level. And I used to love the OmniMax at the Caesars Palace, right? Remember that? You watch movies there. I can't wait to go in here. Number one,
right?
You know, I saw U2 was pretty much sold. There's one day left, and like kind of crappy seats for $1,500 a piece.
Wow.
There's a movie, it's like a nature movie.
Okay.
But yeah, like tickets are $100, but I'd pay that all day long, or 150.
Yeah, experience it, go inside. Yeah.
You know, I know there's going to be concerts. Like I'm a Tool fan, the band Tool, like their visuals are amazing. Like that would be like sensory overload. I don't know if I can handle that. I mean, we can get Pink Floyd back together, you know. Come on, boys, one more show, throw them in there. But this is really cool. I mean, like even in the morning when I go to the gym, it's really early, and you can like there's a huge view of it, you know. And sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not. So I always get irritated when it's not. You know what I mean? But I tell you, the strip views now. Man, I think we need an adjustment up now just price. For this MSG Sphere.
No,
I don't know about you.
It's super cool, and I had a chance. When I just flew home, it was on.
But
and it was like from a plane. I was like, there it is. Like it was kind of cool.
I love it. All right, benefits.
Benefits. So, listen, it's important to highlight. We talked about this several months ago, but Fannie Mae just came out with their national housing survey, and the numbers just came back. And I thought this was worth sharing. But if you look at what the top 5 benefits of owning a home were to the people that took this survey, 88% living in a place where your family feels safe, 84% living in a nicer home versus renting. Number 3 was living within your budget, and number 4 was having less stress. These were benefits that were not directly correlated with building wealth or equity. And I thought it was interesting that the top 5 reason had really nothing to do
with making money, which
with making
that's the
money.
added benefit,
right? So to have this national survey come out and go, okay, hey, what do you feel the benefits are of home ownership versus renting? And this is what to be said was, is powerful. And for people that are on the fence about, hey, should I buy, should I not buy, or I'm waiting for rates to hit this magical number. Why are you buying a home?
Right.
And I think it's important for us as professionals or advisors in this industry to, when we're hearing that resistance on a rate, or I'm waiting for this to change, well, tell me why. What is it that's why do you want to buy a house? What is it that's pushing you or causing you to drive? There are benefits that are not directly correlated with a monthly payment or money, or I want to build equity, or so.
And it's a good point, because we always focus on the numbers with people, right? Because you're going to build wealth, right?
100%.
Because you think that they should know those benefits, but we take that for granted at times.
I'm trying to coin the phrase, like, it doesn't matter when you buy, you're just going to refi.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Dude,
I mean, listen.
I like it.
You like that?
Because I'm sick of marry the home, date the rate. I can't even say that anymore.
It's cringy.
All right. Or you could just build your own house, right? One-time construction loans. You ever heard of those?
I've heard of that.
We have them now. So get it. Believe it or not, FHA, VA, USDA, if you want to build one in Pahrump, or, I got a loan officer I'm hiring, and he lives in Ely, or conventional.
Okay.
Right? So here's how they work. Let's say it's a veteran, right?
Okay.
You find some land that they want to secure, right?
Got it.
They can, and then they need to have the builder in place, right?
Okay.
So they've hired somebody, we get it in place, we qualify them with those numbers, and that's it. That's all they qualify. They go to closing one time.
Okay.
So do you, right? And then, they can finance payments into that as well, right? And, they lock their rate in at before closing.
Sure.
It's 1% higher just because it's built in. But if rates come down, then they can float down as well. And it's like 1/8 of a point adjustment, right?
Okay.
So if we're assuming rates are going to come down, right?
Eventually,
So you're locking in right now at a higher rate,
Sure.
right? And then they should come down to a lower rate when you're ready. This thing's done and ready to go. So, look, I've had people ask me about construction loans my whole career. Just I stay in my lane. But these were easy. I don't even do them. We have a department that does them.
Oh, cool.
So I just refer them out.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sick of saying no to or
Right,
calling
right,
them out
right.
of state
Yeah.
bank or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had no idea like you really could do this with FHA, VA,
Wow.
or you know what I mean? And or they're getting a jumbo product as well.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're sick
Yeah,
of looking,
it's-
go build
just
your
go
house.
Build it. Yeah, that's very cool. Cool
right.
option.
Good life.
The Good Life. So I'm going back to the survey, and they asked this really interesting question. You know, I really feel like the best people that can close or that can sell are the people that can ask the best questions.
Sure.
And so I thought this question was super interesting.
And then listen.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. God gave
Yeah.
you 2 ears, 1 mouth. Maybe we should listen twice as much as we speak. But so the question was, what does it mean to you to have the good life? That was the question. And here were the top answers: being financially secure, having good health, living in a location I like, having good work-life balance. That's like
Yeah,
we're all
we
cheating.
don't- I don't have
That
that.
doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Having good friends. That's
Yeah.
that's a tough one. Number 6, owning a home. Okay, marriage, job, religious faith, having children. So what
I got
was-
like 2 of those. That's
yeah,
awesome. I'm just joking.
2 for 10. You're,
Yeah, I'm
you're on your way to the
I'm
good
kidding,
life.
yeah.
No, but what I thought was interesting is, I mean, if you own a home, you're building equity. We know that home ownership is the single greatest avenue or vehicle towards wealth.
Absolutely.
That's in number 1. Number 3, living in a location I like.
Oh, that checks the box.
Checks the box, right?
financially secure, that's-
Yeah. So
yeah.
3, what stood out for me is 3 out of the top 6.
And having a happy marriage has something to do with that too, right? If you're gonna have
possible.
kids, like so the whole
Yeah,
box is
I mean,
checked,
yeah,
right?
but at least we could probably spend
80% of those are knocked out by having a
80%
home.
by having a home. But
Yes.
for sure, 3 of them had to do with home ownership.
Yeah.
So
Very
again,
cool.
I'm circling back to, hey, look, if you want the good life,
Uh-huh.
or if you're considering buying, but we're still on this fence here.
Yeah.
Man, let's get that phrase pointed out. It doesn't matter when you buy, you're just gonna refi.
I like that you're using Fannie Mae. I mean, those are supposed to be what I talked about.
I know.
I had no idea Fannie
Yeah.
Mae was doing all these surveys.
I was
so,
impressed with the
yeah.
question.
I love it.
What
That's
does
really
it mean
cool.
to you to live the good life?
Yeah, and you make a great point because we always focus on, a house is going to do this and this and this for you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And there's being a homeowner. I mean, there's so many more benefits that you can't quantify in a number,
Yeah.
right? And that's the end of the day. And I think most people understand that, right? And that's why, unfortunately, with prices, going up so much, and with rates, it's tough for people to qualify right now.
Sure.
So.
I think that people that own a home understand it
Yeah.
or have owned a home, but
Yeah.
for these, I'm having lots of conversations with. If you've never done it before, you're
Yeah.
getting just data overload of like,
Yeah.
should I not, should I not, and there are so many other benefits that's not math.
Right.
And if you're just gonna refi later, like, can you afford this payment, or are you comfortable right here for
Sure.
12 to 24 months?
Yeah.
Because we know at least I can't tell you when
Yeah, then
exactly.
we start talking. Yeah, exactly.
But then
Yeah.
it's gonna go down. I mean, if you locked in 6.5 today, and 24 months from now you're getting 5.
Yeah.
What kind of drop is that? That's got
I
to be
think
a
it'll
few
be
$100
less than
bucks.
that. Yeah, it
At
depends on
least.
the loan amount, but
Right,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm just standard,
there's a
basic
huge,
$400,000
That's a huge
house.
drop. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's like, hey, are you comfortable with this now? Can you qualify now? And
yeah. I'll tell you, the struggle's real because I don't know about you, but I'm sweating pretty bad in here right now. Like the shirt. So we can CGI all the sweat stains out of here, Rick. That would be awesome. Okay. I don't know where that went.
just hot? Well, I mean, it's hot.
It is a little.
Are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you do antiperspirant or deodorant?
I do
is it a
the
combo?
deodorant, the combo I go
Okay.
with, And
I read all that
I've
stuff
mixed.
that you're supposed to sweat. Like
Yeah,
you're
and
not
I
supposed to block.
Yeah,
like
I know.
bad.
I know, but then I'm gonna walk around like
They have those new
Europeans,
shirts. The undershirt thing
Oh, yeah?
that's like supposed to sponge it all up,
Oh,
and it's
okay,
like
I need
real
to-
thin,
yeah.
like a.
And you smell like a locker room afterwards?
Well, it depends if you have deodorant or antiperspirant.
Okay.
So,
all right.
yeah,
all right.
I don't know.
You know,
We can.
I don't know if you've ever been to England or France. They don't believe in that stuff.
No,
there.
it's.
And they like to get really close to you too. All right, we went off the rails. So,
We did.
Hey,
We did.
good to see you. It's been a surprisingly good turn since when we started doing this, right? With the market and where everything's headed, right? I only think it's going to get better. We obviously have some things that are unforeseen, and we got to get through this inflation mess. And hopefully the Federal Reserve doesn't completely crash the economy, which they're not. The economy seems to be doing very resilient right now.
Sure.
And the jobs market. So, again, real estate, it's one of the best ways to build wealth. And you pointing out some other ancillary factors that are even more important at the end of the day is a big, huge plus. So, all right, my friend, how do they get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me, phone number 702-289-5200. Call, text, that's my direct line. How about you, sir?
My Instagram, 702-217-3009. My IG handle is, I'm just joking. I have no idea what it is.
All right.
Good to see you. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.